Hi friends, it's Jen here. It's been a little bit and I wanted to jump on here. I've been really processing something heavy um, and I know that I want to share it here with this audience. One of my oldest friends from when I was a teenager, who was also raised in the Jehovah's Witness religion like I was, tried to unalive himself last week. And he's in the hospital. He survived. And it's just been a lot to process. And I just wanted to be thoughtful about how I brought that to this group to share. And I think the reason I want to share it is because, we can leave this religion or walk away from any kind of brainwashing or dogma or high control situation in our lives, or walk away from even our birth family. But it's not just that one, then we're not just free, right? So we walk away from it, or we leave it, or we recognize that this isn't what's aligned for me going forward, and we make the big decision to walk away from it. But here, years, even decades later, we're still affected by those experiences from our youth. And in the case of me and others like me who are raised in this high control religion, we don't have a pre-religion memory. We can't remember a time from before where our life was normal, right? So we were born into a situation, a family, a culture, really that was very abnormal. And so as we walk away from it, we have to kind of redefine what normal is for us, because everything we've known has been abnormal. And I've been out for more years than I was in, but those were formative years. And I'm still figuring it out. And this friend of mine also still really struggles all the time. And so I just want to acknowledge that, I don't think we're broken. I don't think that we're weak for needing support and help. I think we have to really acknowledge that we don't have the same support system that other people have. We don't have the childhood friends, the family connections. Many of us were dissociated from the families and culture and community that we were raised in. I have friends now that they know people that were like their parents' friends from their childhood. And I'm like, wow, that's a luxury I don't have. I don't know any adults from my childhood. I don't know any of my parents' friends. I'm fortunate. I feel fortunate that I have a parent who's no longer part of the organization. But aunts, uncles, I don't have any of that. And most people who are raised in this religion are in that same situation. And this friend of mine who is in the hospital right now is one of those people. He doesn't have family. He doesn't have people he grew up with, really. And then when he does try to connect with those people, sometimes it's very triggering. And so I think that could be part of why that happened this week with him. It was also a full moon in Gemini. It was a big full moon, which is causing us to go through a lot of things and release a lot of things. So it was a perfect storm in some ways. So when I got the call that there needed to be some intervening, we called the 988 crisis hotline in the United States. It's 988, I think, in almost every state. I'm here in Hawaii. They send a crisis intervention person to the location where the person is who needs support. And that was a really great experience that we had here. A woman named Lisa came out and she sat with him and connected and figured out what the next best course of action was. She was very understanding. And it was decided that he needed to go to the emergency room to get some evaluation and support medically. And I spoke with him today, and he's in a much better place. So I think that was the right thing to do. and hopefully he can come back from this. It's not his only suicide attempt in his lifetime, and I know suicide is very common amongst people that have left this religion. I hear it all the time. So I'm just sharing this story just to say that we're all here. We're all here to support whatever you're going through. I don't want anyone to feel alone on this journey of leaving, that situation. And whether you're in a similar religion or in any other kind of very dogmatic or controlling environment or belief system that you're leaving, there's others who are on this journey too, who are struggling and figuring it out as we go. So that's my message today, is just that it's not like you just make the choice to leave and then you leave and then everything is better for you or different for you. It's something you carry with you your entire lifetime. I am still uncovering stories. Even just this month, I had a story I was not conscious of about it was a fear of being brainwashed, really. So I left, but then I carried with me this fear that it could happen again, that I could be lied to, or that someone would try to fool me. And I had a really visceral reaction to feeling like someone was lying to me. And I really went into self-protection mode. So we're always uncovering, and there's layers. And for some, it's depending on the abuse or the situation you came from, it could be worse than for others. So just have a lot of grace with yourself, and I think that's the work that I really am feeling called to focus on. I changed the name of the channel to Root Untethered. That more aligns with kind of where I'm at on my journey, finding the ways to rise above, to release the old stories, and to reintegrate parts of myself that I was cut off from, that I want to reclaim my power, and tell some new stories that honor my past without creating additional fear. So anyways, that's where I'm at. That's where we're at today. I hope everyone out there is safe and everyone's come through this challenging astrological storm last week, without too much collateral damage. All right, everyone. Talk soon.